Um, yeah, real quick. So, I was just sleep. I was having a nice little sleep. I had a, it was seemed to be a real long nightmare, but not to mention I was only asleep for like 3 hours, bro. I was only asleep for like 3 hours. Um, so yeah, I got another word on that shit, bro. So like, in my nightmare. So wait, let me just start from the beginning at first. So as far as motherfuckers know, uh, if you've been keeping up with my target and that shit, you know all the things that I've said about everything that's happened in my life prior to me being uh, forced into poverty and all that shit. Like me telling everybody about what happened to my past relationships and everything that happened in my life, traumatic experiences and all this extra stuff. So like I just had one of the people in my dreams, one of my exes, and my, well, I ain't gonna say it's a dream because it was really a nightmare. Like shit really scared me, and it really hurt my heart because it's not just that part that it was my ex saying shit. It was the fact that a lot of things that people were saying to me, like, cause like I said, um, a lot of the gang stalking is like through the device, and people be talking to me through other people's videos, and or they do it through the title of videos, and or they'll do indirect conversation and stuff like that. So like it take a while. Like it's a lot to take in. So if you don't really know what you listening to, or what people is talking about, they the shit will fly over your head. So yeah, I be relating everything to the scripture and whatnot. So this is what be confusing me, bro. Like so, a lot of people are in on the targeting, and like it's all different races, different religions, different sexes. So that part don't really be making sense to me about it being one devil, unless the devil is the spirit of the like it's the devil has a spirit, okay, and like it's just the spirit of the devil, and everybody that hit me with the indirect, it's almost like this. It's just taking the the form of one specific person, one or two specific people that know everything about me, or they know certain things about me, and they say certain things, and it's like in this dream, like I was saying, one of my ex partners or whatnot, I was with, like I was like in some trouble or something. I like my game cycle was playing out in my dream, and I reached out to a lot of people, and they was telling me why they did like stop talking to me and stuff. They were saying, "Oh, you did this, you did that. Um, you wasn't a husband material type shit." But really, like a lot of people, like a lot of things that didn't work out, it was like forced. People was doing shit to me. The shit was forced. A lot of people was just doing shit and making shit happen and making reactions like it's like forced reactions and shit. So like I'm running around in the nightmare, like looking baffled and shit. Like what the fuck? Like I was like looking baffled because everybody was turning into like uh, a monster, what we would call a monster. Like, and all right, so in real life, like when in real life, everyday life, like during the targeting, like I said, they be sending indirects. One of the indirect conversations that they always say is that you're gonna die alone. You got them. Uh, you're the devil. You're the devil that we're trying to get rid of, and shit like that. I'm like, well, if I'm the devil that y'all trying to get rid of, and y'all so holy, it said like in in the Bible, like the whole reason why they killed Christ is because he was trying to get people to change, and they didn't want to change. They wanted the system. So particularly in this gang stalking, like you're definitely following the system because if everybody okay, so like how this would be killing me about the community, the target community, everybody is pushing that is a government a government funded um program and everybody is using all these technologies and shit. Okay, if it's technology and we know that technology is the devil, why are you doing it? So that means you enjoy doing the shit and you doing it. You're doing the shit. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like either way, they're contradicting themselves when they say these things about well, I'm gonna just say for me, because I don't know what the hell be going on in other people's lives. I don't know if these target individuals are true. Maybe targeted individual is just a made up word. It's just good versus evil. I don't know. This is just the label. You know, this is what the world do. They put labels on everything when there's really just good and evil. Like that's what they do. They conceptualize everything. So yeah. So this nightmare, bro. Like they was telling me. So the one girl that I was so in love with, bro. I was in love with this girl, bro. And I shouldn't even been in love with her, bro. Like because it was I don't know. She was in a low spot, and I just really didn't judge people and shit. But maybe I should have been a better judge of character. Like, but she was basically a whore. You know what I mean? And they like she what she revealed to me. She was like, "Well, a lot of people that was in on your gang stalking, they was real husbands, and they seen you as just a piece of shit, and he was like, that's why they've been messing with you. That's why everything been happening to you because they just felt like you was a piece of shit. But like, I'm like, damn, how is I a piece of shit? And and I be doing, you know what I mean? I be doing, bruh. So it's like, I don't know. Everything is just so contradictory, bruh. Like now, I had to just do this right now because like I just woke up and it's like fresh on my mind. So yeah. So like if the world is ending because of targeted individuals or because we don't want to conform, then why didn't do what they were supposed to do? Or is it that they just they want the system so bad that they're willing to kill us for it and it's either way, it's forcing the end of the world to happen that's written in the Bible, how how everything is going to end like in war and explosions and all this stuff. I don't know, bro. So like I got another part of my targeting. Like so even when I be like I said, this is a everybody pushing that it's a government funded program, right? And they're using technology. So when I was back in when I say 2016, yeah, 2016. This is when really just I started learning about um, the real truth of God and learning, like really reading the Bible for real. And I ran into I seen them numbers drop when I said Bible. Yeah, they don't like when I talk. People who watching me, they don't like when I talk about the Bible and God and stuff. So that tells you something about it right there. It's okay though. Yeah. Uh, Yeah, so when I first got into it, I was like, it was like 2016, and I was pillow to post again, like my life mostly is. But I was pillow to post with a girl. You know, um, and we would sleep outside sometimes. We would be over some people's house. You know, I would work, but it's like I don't know. She just like if you really cared about our situation, we would got down do stuff together. You know what I'm saying? But they dragged me down or just ultimately left and found something better at the what suits them at the time. But that's beyond the point. Um, so yeah, I started learning about God. I got approached by one of the Hebrew Israelite camps, and they did their little spiel, pointing out stuff in the Bible, yada yada yada. Now I'm a believer. Start getting into it. So these same Israelite camps, like when I first got into it, I met some homeless, some other people. They weren't homeless. Like right around that time, I met some other people, and not to mention, I didn't know about the stalking then. So it's like I didn't know about the slang term gang stalking, organized mobbing, all that shit. People attacking you, doing tactics to you, trying to manage aggression, trying to get you mad or get you out of line and do something wrong. So I agreed to like magically they pulled up on me and Shotty at the gas station and asked us what was going on, whatever, whatever. You need a place to stay? Yeah, yeah, we need a place to stay, of course. Because I was just so outgoing and green, thinking everybody is out here for my good or nobody would do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? But so ultimately they let us come. They let us come over there. And out of the first 3 nights, bro, like shit went start going to hell, bro. Like not knowing these folks is just attacking me verbally, narrating life, doing the tactics, all that kind of shit. They was doing everything. And now I look back on it, I know that. So yeah, like one of the days, me and Shotty, who I was with, we got into it, and like I was on my way to go get some bread, and we definitely like moving as a unit. Well, that's what I thought we was doing, moving as a unit, going to get some bread so we can handle our business. And then she just like flipped script on me. I went back there, Shotty in the crib with Shotty and her dude, and they acting funny. They trying to kick me out of the house type shit. Like, not to mention, I was getting kicked out of everywhere. Like, everybody's like enjoying kicking me out before I can even get my stuff together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but one of the things that stood out to me, they was like telling me to beware of camps, and I didn't understand what they were saying at that point. Like, beware of camps. Shabbat shalom, fam. Um, Kabash. It's cool. Good to have somebody to talk to every now and again. Relate to. I don't know. Everything's like I don't know. I don't be knowing how to take stuff now. But yeah. So yeah, they was telling me to beware of camps. And I understand. But when I started really trying to get into a camp like a couple years ago, all the way up to now, like well, I ain't really trying to get in no camp now because God don't live in no church. The church is inside of us. So yeah, like I'm really understanding my targeting, and they done woke me up to the targeting because it wasn't effective because they had to wake me up to the target because they couldn't destroy me then. That's why I was they couldn't destroy me because I didn't understand what they was doing. So like, and that's crazy. What's crazy is that like maybe I've lost my covering from God because now I understand what's going on, and I'm being forced to make a choice. And I don't know. They say that the Bible is tampered with. I don't know. I feel like some things are tampered with. I don't believe that everybody that that is just skin folk. Like you know the saying, everybody that's skin folk, not kin folk. And I now I'm thinking about it, like just how they say that um they have people that target you that's black, white, Asian, and all that stuff. Like that don't mean I don't believe what they pushing, that it's just one race that's like one color race that is going to heaven, bro. Like Hebrew Israelites, because I see everybody attacking you. Everybody is attacking you, and they put stuff in they titles that like only I can recognize. And you know what I'm saying? Like stuff that relate to me, I be ignoring it. I ignore the shit out of a lot of shit because the word is real. The devil wants you to think that it's not. Oh yeah, I believe 100% that is real, bro. Like it don't. It's not a doubt in my mind that it's not real. Just the aspects of it be changing. Like I never doubted that there's a God. I never doubted that the word is real. It's just the aspects, like because it gets deeper. Once you get deeper into it, like that's when everything start revealing itself. And if what would happen if we was never revealed to it though? Like you would still be the same. You would still be doing the same stuff. Like, but they say like because the tree of not good knowledge of good and evil. Basically, God was telling us that it's better that we didn't know what was going on, because now that we know, it's gonna be harder. This shit hard, bro. It's hard staying composed every single day when these people do stuff to us. It's hard, bro, and it's hard, bro. Like, and I be holding a lot of shit in. They be trying to keep me away from the internet. They don't want me to talk. I'm supposed to be dead. They always say. But this time I couldn't hold it in. That last time I said I had made a post. I said I was gonna take my dream. I be hesitant because I be trying to be cautious of my surroundings and all that shit. And I'd be worried about living every day, not knowing where my next meal comes from, or whether I'm gonna be on the street again, or if I'm going back to jail. Like I be thinking about a lot of stuff, and I don't know. Just to be honest, maybe I've been conforming. I don't know, but I'm always like I can be honest about shit, and that was a lot of problems with with a lot of my relationships. Like nobody wouldn't be honest with me, and people was already like it was honeypots and shit like that. Like a lot of fake friends, people I never see again. I never had a real bond like where it would just be like a lifelong bond. People move away, or they magically disappear, or we have a falling out of something. I don't know, bro. This shit is depressing. It's what like I don't really just want to give a whole sadness rundown because it's sad as fuck. Like you know, but yeah, like that nightmare really said something. And when I woke up, I was like, man, am I really the bot? Because a lot of these posts, a lot of these posts, they be saying that they the bots. They be calling us bots indirectly. People that don't know what they be doing or what they talking about and all that stuff. But I mean, just because we don't know is because we don't deal with that shit. The Most High say we're not supposed to deal with those kind of things. And this manipulation, that's dream manipulation, that's mind manipulation, bro. That shit, like, bro, you're not supposed to deal with stuff like that. And they doing it, and they calling themselves the true Israelites. But you use it, you're doing all this bad shit to people who's unsuspecting. Like, who does that? Who does that? And then they do everything that's contrary to the word of God, bro. So that this should be confusing me. And I don't know, bro. I don't know if I've been strong up to this point or have I just been a dumbass up to this point. I don't know. Maybe I am the bot. I don't know. Because if you could just go in my back and tweak with my mind and my brain, doesn't that make me a robot or amalgamation or some shit like that? I don't know. This is like I just been thinking a lot, and I be trying to distract myself with games, food, money, but ultimately, this is what I be thinking about every day. I be thinking about this real life shit, shit that I go through every day. You know, about a gang stalkers that be around, they be like, "Oh, he's cool. You know, he just gay as hell, or he just lame as hell, or he just it's just a butt every time. It's butt. It's just butt every time. But this, but that. It's just that I'm not doing the shit that they doing, bro. And, and another part of the nightmare, they was like, "Oh, you just like," they was like, "You just a rat." Because you couldn't help yourself but to start talking about this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So people not supposed to talk about their experiences and what they've been through, bro. They just supposed to hold that shit in, self destruct, bro. And I mean, and if it's the truth, then I'm gonna say the truth. And if you got some truth on me, then just drop that shit. Don't be secret about it amongst your communities and snicker about shit. Just say it out loud. I'll say yes or no. Say it out loud. You know, everything not for everybody ears. It just kind of tells what kind of person you are if you're trying to goddamn, you know what I mean? Trying to expose or down somebody or goddamn get a laugh out of something. Niggas try to get answers, bro. Like I talk to people, like it would seem like motherfuckers is just running tail bearing. Niggas is actually trying to find somebody to talk to. Like I said, niggas don't never had ain't never had a lifelong friend. If I had a lifelong friend that's always been there, or we've been together, and they ain't gonna backstab or no no disappearing or no weak shit. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe motherfucker would have shared it with that one person, but people be in and out your lives, or you know how this program do. They got them do shit to you to make it seem like it's your fault. Why y'all not speaking no more? Because the kind of shit that they be doing, it makes you not want to talk to nobody no more. You know what I mean? Like it makes you not want to deal with people no more. So yeah, that shit crazy, bro. I've been cussing a lot because I'm angry for real. But yeah, uh, it's like what else? What else? Oh yeah. So yeah, like I said in the nightmare, everybody was transforming spiritually to the same people or whatever they are that, that deal with this stuff. Um, and yeah, they was basically just telling me why all the reasons why they left. One of them was, oh, you wasn't husband material. I mean, people let people now dictate their future. I mean, if you just wanted some now money, some now sex, if you just wanted some now that, I mean, you know what I mean? Anything, like, just say that. But like that shit don't dictate their future. But not unsuspectingly, I guess it does because they know from the beginning who they're targeting. Yeah, apparently they know from the beginning who they're targeting. So it's like they know what their end goal is, so they know what to expect and they know what they're pushing for. So that's what they build off of. They've been building from since we was kids, since we was children. You know what I mean? Building these traumas and conditions and making it hard to break your code in. And when you break your code in, everybody be so shocked that you did what you did or that you didn't do it. You know what I mean? Kabash says, I think a lot of us share the same background with people I notice. Yeah, we do. I mean, from what I hear, it's hard to believe what you hear, like because people like be putting on other people's skin. They skinwalkers. They be taking people's lives and just speaking like that's been their experience, but they're lying. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of my gang stalking as well. People pretend to be somebody that they're not. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's a reflection of me because at one point I pretended to be somebody who I wasn't. I guess try to get bitches. You know what I mean? I don't know. But this shit was going on before I did that. You know what I mean? When I was still lame. So I mean, I can't just blame it on myself. So, but I do blame stuff on myself. I take the burden upon myself before I blame somebody else, or I just won't be involved at all. That's what I've always kind of been, always. But yeah, man, it was a good little talk. I gotta go to slavery now and get some more tactics ran on me so I can survive and make sure I don't go crash out or something like that. Um, yeah, that nightmare was crazy. They're manipulating my dreams again. I'm just now starting back dreaming after a long time. I rarely have dreams, and this is like the second nightmare I've had within the past 2 weeks. And yeah, it's always a gang stalking nightmare, surprisingly. Uh, yeah, so have a good day. Hope what I said touched somebody or something. I don't know.